constantly thirsting for more, and you're just like thirsty all the time, bro. That's just crazy. Okay, anyways, right? That's what it is. It's your pockets can't grow. It's like you just got holes in your pockets. You keep making money, and it just burns right through. It's because you haven't accepted the highest way. You are on a sidetrack, and you don't realize that, man, this is the one opportunity. This is the one life you get. You don't get another life. You don't get refunds. You can't take it back and do it again. You can't go back in time. This is all you've got. Life gives zero refunds. It is a one-way ticket, and you're on it right now, and you have to accept that. You have to accept that, and you have to move forward in the truth, in what you know to be true. And if you don't know something to be true, then you're going to have the courage to actually go seek out the truth and learn and find. And that is a search to find some answers, to grow. But you know what you can't, like what you really can't afford to do is just sit around in the void. Because if you don't go on the search, you're just going to stop there and be like, well, I'm just going to pause my life because, this person rejected me, or because this job didn't work out, or because, my childhood wasn't the way I wanted it to, or, I have this trauma. And we just put our entire life on pause instead of realizing that, no, that's not healing.
At no point in my life has it ever not been God who has been my rock. I haven't always been aware of it. I haven't always acknowledged it. I haven't always relied on it and stayed close to my source. But ultimately, that is the only stream that has provided any peace in my life, that has provided any real life. It's the only one true stream there is. And that one true stream allows me to flourish wherever I'm planted, allows me to prosper in what I do, and it allows me to take on the challenge that I see in front of me. It's not my own piece of myself that I've manifested with myself. It's the peace that I know from God, who gave me the peace, who gave me the acceptance, who gave me the ultimate power, who gave me life and breath in the first place. And so because I am centered there, and because I am held there, because I'm holding in that presence, there is a freedom for me. There's a peace for me. There's just something I sense about life. Life works, man. I don't know how to explain it. It's a beautiful thing. I love doing what I do. It's therapy for me. Everything that I do is just as much helping me as it is helping somebody else, because in me growing up into the person that I need to be to help others, it helps other people grow into the person they need to be to help others, and the person that they want to be to, make the impact they want to make in life. And sometimes we don't always see that when we're going through the challenge, and we're like, why am I going through this? This is so hard. Why me? Why me? Look at all this stupid stuff happening to me. And everyone's falling into that mindset of, life just happening to them, and they're just the victim. And we get dragged into that. But when somebody chooses to, lock in for a second and move forward and say, hey, this is my life. Hey, I've been given this gift. Hey, I'm going to go, bro. And I'm going to go, and I'm going to make it happen. And I'm going to freaking do this. And I'm going to move into God's vision. And that's what it's really about, man. And it's hard when you're by yourself to stay motivated and grounded and clear on what really matters. Because that journey is crazy. It's noisy. The world, the opposition, it's going to come at you, man. The liar, the enemy is going to give you reasons to freak out and shake and move away from your fear and hide from your fear, numb your fear, instead of leaning into your fear and embracing your fear. And look, man, your fear and my fear, they're always going to be, at times drifting into the things of this world. So they're going to look different sometimes. And that's why we don't judge people for having fear invading their life in certain areas of their life that maybe we feel very confident in, because everybody struggles in different ways, although we all still experience the same life and the same struggle, right? We all still face struggle. Everybody out here is struggling. Everybody out here has to do the work. Everybody else out here is facing the uncertainty and experiences pain, just like you. And it's different for everyone. Everyone's got a different life, man. That's just how it is. But when we can sit down and look at the humanity, we can see that everyone's struggling and that we're not alone, and that we are being guided. If you just look at the massive story, you can see that there's something obviously greater outside of you that is creating this beautiful existence, and it is expressed in atoms and molecules, expressed in different frequency, right? Different energy. It is experienced in a way of being and a life that is fruitful, because it's just the one true thing. It's the one true source of everything, of all truth, of existence, of matter, of consciousness, of life force. It is that. And that is the only thing that we ought to truly fear, and the only thing that we ought to truly care about, because that is the only thing. So nothing else compares to that, because that is the greatest ultimate reality. It is God. It is all of it. It is this boom. What is this thing? It's not from us. It's all from God. It's this universe that is just totally outside of us, yet we're so in it. Like, we are in this just giant universe that is happening, and our role in it is real. We are conscious human beings. We are here to make an impact on other people's lives. We are here to serve others. We're here to be a blessing on this planet, and we're here to be a witness to that one thing, that one source, that one way, one life, man, one truth, the oneness, the one song. And that is the highest reality that we can live from. And if we can step into that field, if we can step into that mindset, if we can step into that way of life, if we can step into that vision, if we can step into that energy and that drive and fire, that necessity to go forth, the necessity of God, the necessity of mortality, and the fact that life is just so freaking short, and you're gonna be here and then you're gonna disappear, and it's gonna happen in an instant. It's gonna be a flicker. And we just look at that and we say, okay, man, we gotta do something about this. We gotta move forward. And that's what righteous grind is, man. We gotta get out here and look at this very little time that we have left on this planet and say, like, I'm actually gonna go do this. I'm actually gonna step up and live the life that I was called to live. I'm not gonna sit around waiting in silence, waiting for somebody to come save me, waiting for someone to come change my life. Jesus already changed my life. Jesus already saved me. There is no other savior. So because that is my one savior, that's my one truth, that's my one rock, everything else, I don't need it to save me. I'm chilling, I'm good. I already have the grace for the grind. I already have the setup, I already have the opportunities. I've already been redeemed, I've already been gifted, I've been preformed and designed from the beginning, from my source of this entire universe. That same source has designed me and knows me so much greater than I could ever even know myself. And my job is to follow it, not the world and the fear and everybody telling you that you can't do it, everybody telling you that you need to do it this way or that way. And sometimes it's like we get stuck in the dogma of our own fear rather than just embracing what we know we need to change and taking on the real uncertainty and pain of actually opening up and letting God fully work in our lives and letting God redefine what we believe is normal and acceptable and true and real, right? Letting the one thing actually teach you, opening your mind up to the ultimate reality. And that is a process that happens in so many different levels of your life, whether it's your fitness and your body, your health and your nutrition, your sleep, your phone consumption habits, your relationships, the way you use your time, the kinds of things that you consume, and the kind of habits and areas of your life you nourish, man. Like, you have to look at that stuff and be real and say, like, am I actually living a real life, or am I just kind of going through the motions and living a fake life and just pretending to be somebody that I'm not, and pretending to have it all together when I'm not, and just masking all of that pain and frustration of all the different things that's going on, and just running from my life, and just staying in fear, stagnating in the same place over and over and over and over again, and going to the same distraction, going to the same thing that you know isn't going to serve you or make you better and help you in any way at all. You just go to it because you know what, it feels a little bit more comfortable. It gives you that short-term satisfaction. It puts you into a place where you feel like there's some certainty. You have some kind of something you can hold on to. But the truth is, even when you're in that state away from God and you're in your own grasping, trying to figure out your stuff all on your own, you still end up feeling hollow. You sow, but you never reap. You drink, but you're never like filled. You're never hydrated. You're constantly thirsting for more, and you're just like thirsty all the time, bro. That's just crazy. Okay, anyways. Right? That's what it is. It's your pockets can't grow. It's like you just got holes in your pockets. You keep making money and it just burns right through. It's because you haven't accepted the highest way. You are on a sidetrack and you don't realize that, man, this is the one opportunity. This is the one life you get. You don't get another life. You don't get refunds. You can't take it back and do it again. You can't go back in time. This is all you've got. Life gives zero refunds. It is a one-way ticket. And you're on it right now.
And you have to accept that. You have to accept that, and you have to move forward in the truth, in what you know to be true. And if you don't know something to be true, then you're going to have the courage to actually go seek out the truth and learn and find. And that is a search to find some answers, to grow. But you know what you can't, like what you really can't afford to do is just sit around in the void. Because if you don't go on the search, you're just going to stop there and be like, well, I'm just going to pause my life because, this person rejected me, or because this job didn't work out, or because, my childhood wasn't the way I wanted it to, or, I have this trauma. And we just put our entire life on pause instead of realizing that, no, that's not healing. Healing is stopping your life for a minute and actually addressing what happened, and then moving forward in the truth, and moving forward in what is the right action of integrity, the highest way that I can align with my highest self, the vision that God has created, the blueprint of me, the original inception of me. And that's like what we're called to do. That's what it is, bro. And man, this is a heated rant. I didn't think I was going to get into it like that, but I guess I just did. I say that because I look at my life right now, and I can just see that it's on the brink of like extinction or absolute like expansion. And it's not that I actually like have this, well, I think it is actually. This is a very like obvious double mindset that everybody has. Like, oh, I'm doing great. And then they're like, oh, I suck. I just want to get out of my life, screw everything. And we just kind of flip-flop through those two different like mentalities of like either hating ourselves and shaming ourselves and just running from the rejection or the pain or the hurt or the failure, and like we just get caught there. And sometimes we just have to kind of pick our head up and be like, you know what, actually I'm really just beating myself up for no reason, or you know what, I'm really just running down the same rabbit hole again because I'm scared, or I'm embarrassed about this, or I don't want to know, like, I'm scared about what's going to happen. And you know what, that might actually be just where we're operating. And the encouragement is like we can pause and just look at life and forgive it as it happens, and release this idea of having had a better past, and enter into this moment with full intention and vision, and that vision for excellence, the vision for God to just pour forth in my life. And I can say, you know what, I'm just going to be willing to see this differently. And I'm going to be willing to see this differently. I'm going to ask God, please help me see this thing differently, period. And you're just going to end the sentence like that. And you're going to ask God to give you insight. Ask God, ask the universe. But it is God, right? At the end of the day, you got to ask God. You got to ask your source. You got to ask that ultimate reality. Hey, please show me something. Please, you know what? If this is true, please show me that it is true. If this is real love, please show me. If this is the right path, if this is something I need to investigate, if this is something I need to let go, just show me. And just being open to what God is trying to tell you, and not forcing it and rushing it and grasping for any sign to confirm our biases and what we want to do selfishly, or what we want to do in our own insecurity and fear. If we can just suspend our disbelief for a second and actually look up and be like, okay, God, where next? What now? Where do you want me to be? Well, who do you want me to become? How do you want me to contribute? How do you want me to build and serve people? How do you want me to collaborate and expand and live? And if we can just get present with that every day and remember who that is, and turn that into a habit, turn that into a system, turn that into a way of life. I mean, righteous living is a way of life. Success is a way of life. And they're rooted ultimately in the highest spirit. They're rooted in that ghost, the Holy Ghost, that guides everything that is real, true, and alive, and just beautiful. Like, it's that essence of life force. It's coursing through. It's something we experience in our neurotransmitters. It's this powerful, high-level energy of breath that is breathing in us and that is sweeping over us, and it dwells in these places, and it dwells in these different areas, and in these different rooms, and these different gatherings of people, because people carry that electricity too. And like, where two or more are gathered in my name, there I am also, is what Jesus says. And when he's saying, he's like, my power is there. People who are in my power together, they're just going to leave this power. And I think we see these different energy spaces everywhere. It's like the electromagnetic frequency or whatever is actually higher. And like, this is stuff we need to understand about reality, like what's really true and what's really the highest thing. And if we can't be open to that, we're never going to move out of whatever we've stuck ourselves in. And so, yeah, that's going to be a challenge, man. But I would rather go for the search and go after it and try and get after it and do something great with my life than sit around and complain. Because it's like, you could complain or you could just be a winner. And I just want to be a winner. So